it's about to get juicy, okay? Hey y'all, so you probably clicked on this video for one or two reasons. One, you've been getting random messages from people that you haven't spoken to in a long time, and now all of a sudden they have a business opportunity for you. Or two, you're one of those people offering business opportunities for people, and you're now second guessing yourself if that's something you should actually be doing. Or if you're here for neither of those reasons and you just want to be entertained real quick, then welcome. You're definitely in for a treat. And if you're new here, my name is Cicely Justine, and I make videos about lifestyle, sister locks, and womanhood. I made upwards to 5 figures a month in multi-level marketing or network marketing. And after participating in 2 different MLM companies, I wanted to share my story and share why I would never join another MLM again. So before I get started, I wanted to break down what an MLM is for those who do not know. MLM stands for multi-level marketing, or another word for network marketing. It's basically a business model where people sell products to other people by word of mouth. And the main objective is to produce new recruits or new distributors to the business. Now, the reason most MLMs get away with this illegal pyramid scheme is because they mask it by selling a product. If they were not selling products, then all MLM companies would be operating illegally. And that's just facts. Look it up. So now that we all know what MLMs are, let's get into this video because it's about to get juicy. Okay? So first, I'm going to get into my personal MLM journey with 2 different MLM companies. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to share what I've learned and break down why I'll never join another MLM again. So let's get into it. So 2019 was when I was first introduced to MLMs, but it was definitely not a direct introduction. And let me explain. So while I was minding my own business and scrolling through the shade room, which I had no business over there anyway, but again, this was 3 years ago, I came across this black woman who was speaking very loudly and was speaking with a lot of conviction. She spoke so boldly that I had to stop scrolling and listen in on what she was saying. So basically, she was talking about how we as women need to get up, get active, and get out of our own heads to succeed. She was saying how we need to stop making so many excuses about the outcomes of our lives and how money would be more available to us if we would just change our mindset. And I know that there are many videos out there that sound just like this, but it was just something about how this woman was talking. And if you know me personally, then you know who I'm talking about. I mean, she was talking in the camera like she was from the streets and just like in your face, bold, and it just made you want to listen up and take heed to every word she was saying. By the way, this recruiting tactic is called attraction marketing, which I'm going to get into a little later in the video. So from that moment on, I was drawn in, and looking back on it, I know exactly why I was drawn into her. It was because I was in a low place in my life. 2, I was in a point where I wanted to make more money, but didn't know which direction to go. And 3, which most people won't admit, she looked like me. At this point, she never mentioned she was in an MLM. I was just drawn into her, just her. So from this point on, I followed her every move. I was inspired by the lifestyle, the confidence this person had. So after a couple of months of following her every move, the business opportunity came into play. But she didn't introduce the business directly. She said something like, if you want to know how I succeeded and went from being broke to making over $50,000 a month, then join me on live at 7 p.m. tonight, or something like that. So in my mind, I'm telling myself that I'm going to tune in because whatever this woman is doing to be this confident, beautiful, and successful, I need to be doing that too. So I joined the live, and that's where she introduced the MLM company she was a part of. And she was talking about how much money she was making. And she was actually showing receipts, like screenshots of her direct deposits. So right now, I know you're probably saying, now, girl, this is obvious that whatever she's talking about is a bad idea. And she already revealed that it's an MLM talking about making $50,000 a month. You should have went the other way. But you got to look at the bigger picture to understand why I joined. I wasn't drawn into the company. I was drawn into her. I was drawn into her consistent motivational videos. I was drawn into her constantly showing off her lifestyle that I always dreamed of. I was drawn into her online community that she built around sisterhood. And to this day, I will not publicly bash this woman because she helped me open my eyes to the endless opportunities of myself. And for that, I'm forever grateful. However, I will speak on the tactics that were used to draw in people like me and the reasons why I'll never join another MLM again. But back to the story. So boom, I joined the company and things were taking off. I fell in love with the product and I was all about selling it and not so much recruiting people. The only person I recruited into the company was my mom, but I was extremely good at selling the product, hence why I eventually worked my way up to making 5 figures a month. So for a good year or so, things continued to go well until the company tried to come stop my shine. And I'll explain why. So I found a way to promote and sell my products with the use of social media ads. And not a lot of people were doing this, so I was one of the select few. So apparently the company caught on to my ads and they began to threaten to shut down my business if I didn't take them down. Now, why would they do this? Because they were mad that I created my own website to sell the products and use social media ads to drive traffic to my website. Hence, I was able to control the product's price so that I can make a profit. This is what entrepreneurs do. They find creative ways to sell products and they sell it to make a profit. So from that moment, they started threatening me, and I realized that MLM companies do not want their distributors to be entrepreneurs. Instead, they want to put you in this box and keep you there. And yes, I said all MLM companies, not just this one. So I refused to stop because nothing in my paperwork said that I couldn't do what I was doing. Also, the person who inspired me to join the company was doing the exact same thing that I was doing. So the company just continued to threaten me and eventually shut down my business. Now ask yourself, what legit company would be mad that their distributors discovered a way to sell a lot of their products? I mean, a lot of their products. Like, come on now, that's a hot mess. So, okay, now remember at the beginning of this video, I told you that I was involved in 2 network marketing companies. Well, in the midst of me getting constantly threatened to be shut down, I was introduced to another network marketing company. This time I was minding my own business. See, I'm always minding my own business when something about to go down. But anyway, so I'm minding my business, walking into the store. And when I was walking out of the store and walking to my car, a man started walking towards me with a clipboard. So me, I immediately tried not to make eye contact and just keep walking. But he waved me down and started yelling, causing a scene. So I gave in just to hear what he had to say. Now, usually when people walking around with clipboards in a parking lot, they want your signature or help with getting votes or something like that. And I was right, so I thought. And he said he was taking contact information and signatures to gain independence. Listen up. Independence from the city only having one electricity company. And I forget the legal term for this, but basically he wanted people in my city to have more than one electricity company to choose from instead of the monopoly that we currently have. So for example, in Memphis, the monopoly is MLGNW. For Tampa, it's Tico. So to me, that sounds interesting. And he said, okay, we're having a meeting this coming up week and you should join because he currently makes money every time someone pays their electricity bill. And I was like, wait a minute, did you say you get paid every time somebody pays their electricity bill? And he said, yes. And that him and the people he works with is having a meeting this week and I should join. So I took the bait, not knowing that this was yet another MLM. Y'all, I was just excited to find out how I could get paid every time someone pays their electricity bill. Wouldn't you want to know too? I mean, so I went to the meeting, and that's when I was presented with the business opportunity to basically be a third-party seller of services such as internet, cable, electricity, etc. So instead of selling a physical product, I would be the middleman between, let's say, AT&T and the customer. And if I sold the customer a Wi-Fi package on behalf of AT&T, supposedly I would be getting paid every single month that they pay their bill. At the time, I really didn't mind that it was another MLM, since the one I was currently in was kicking me out. But then things started to get dark. Y'all, they came right out the gate teaching us how to recruit people to the business, but would rarely ever teach us how to actually sell the services we were offering. I also started to notice that when top earners spoke at some of my business meetings I hosted, the top earner would often lie about their financial accomplishments. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, one time I was hosting a meeting at my house, and a top earner in the company came to present the business opportunity to my guests. So this person would say things in a meeting like, you see, Cicely here is currently getting a monthly check every time 80 or so people pay their monthly bill. And then this person would pull up numbers on the projector or screen that didn't reflect what was being said. So this person would say things also like, now just imagine getting a percentage every time 80 plus people pay their bills each month. Well, if you're Cicely, you don't have to imagine anything because it's reality. And if she can do it, so can you. And I mean, these people would be completely making up numbers, talking to my guests, and I would be in the back of the meeting scratching my head and scrunching up my nose like, that's not true. And not only were these lies being told, but we were taught how to purposely bait and switch people into joining a company. Like there would be meetings where that was the only subject of the meeting, how to recruit and get people to join the company. So really, this company I was a part of was wearing an MLM mask, but truly behind that mask, they were running a pyramid scheme. And the only reason why the company was getting away with this was because, again, they were selling services. They were selling something. All right, y'all. So now that I've told my MLM story, I really want to get into 4 reasons why I will never join another MLM again. Reason number 1, the recruiting tactics are 99.9% shady. There's absolutely no way around not being shady and recruiting for these companies. No one is going to come right out the gate and say, hey, you want to join my MLM company? If they did, nobody would ever join an MLM. Instead, people are going to use 1 or 2 methods to get you to join. Either that person is going to use attraction marketing, which is what happened to me in my first MLM, where the woman was so cultivating that I was completely tuned in and wanted to do whatever she was doing. Or that person will use what is called desperation marketing, which is withhold information, mislead, lie, or deceive you to get you to join their business or their business opportunity meeting. Now, if desperation marketing is used, it's obvious that it's bad and it's not very Christ-like to bait and switch people, or in other words, blindside someone into joining your team or business opportunity meeting. But if attraction marketing is used, yes, people are willing to join your team this way, but you have to ask yourself, where am I really leading these people to? And what is truly my motive to attract people to me? The motive is everything, and that's why I'm so against MLMs, because I struggle to keep my conscience clear. And I found myself constantly going back and forth with making genuine connections with people versus attracting them to me, only to eventually try to get them to join my business. I mean, it's a very thin line, and I just didn't want to ride that line anymore. Reason number 2, these companies do not really want you to be an entrepreneur. As you know from my own story, I found innovative ways to sell products and services, and it was not received well by these companies at all. I mean, y'all, both of the MLMs that I joined either banned me or threatened to ban me for simply being creative and selling their products and services. If you want to be a real entrepreneur, you're not going to be able to do it while being in one of these MLMs. Trust me. Either you're going to sell it their way, or get kicked out. Reason number 3, you will lose some credibility and trust you once had with your family and friends. Once the people you care about realizes that you have essentially bamboozled them into going to a business opportunity meeting, their trust and respect for you will be tainted. Now, if you're using attraction marketing and people realize that you only attracted them to you in order to benefit your business and the connection made wasn't really genuine, then you will also begin to lose credibility and trust. I remember while being in MLMs, they preached about making a 100 list of everyone you know and reach out to them, whether your last conversation with them was last week or 10 years ago. And I mean, just imagine reaching out to someone from high school that you haven't talked to or seen in 10 years to get them to go to one of your business opportunity meetings. I mean, it's just not genuine no matter how you try to paint it, and it's actually kind of weird. And lastly, reason number 4, if you are a dedicated person like I am and you give it your all with everything that you do, you will start to slowly become brainwashed by the MLM, and it will start to take control over your everyday life. And what do I mean by this? For example, every time I met a new person, I was trained to instantly think about, how could I get this person to join my business? I mean, it was engraved in my brain because I was so dedicated. I never missed a training or a meeting, and I was taught by the top earners in the company that that was how you succeed. Another way I knew I was becoming too consumed with the MLMs was when I started to look at people differently if they didn't join my business. You're taught that these people are lazy and that you shouldn't want these type of people in your business anyway, since they will bring it down. This is so wrong. And again, when you meet new people, it should be genuine, and you should want to form a genuine connection, not try to solely get them to join your business and then judge them if they don't want to join. So yeah, guys, those are the reasons why I will never join another MLM. Hopefully I've helped you, or at least entertained you with my story. If I did help you make a certain decision regarding MLMs, please comment down below, because I love to hear about it. Or if you completely disagree with me, comment below too, as I always love a different perspective. Now, me personally, I know in my heart that I made the right decision to walk away from MLMs, and I just wanted to share this video to help someone out there struggling with their decision. So please don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. Also, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to see more story times and content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.